I have OCD anxiety, which is kind of can be a good. I'm going to soften you up here. It can be a good thing, right? It makes you more thorough, more careful, and you follow and you worry about things, and it makes you very compulsive and very, very thorough.
I'm getting me try to open up right now. It's like, you're right. I do have OCD, Dr. Drew.
Welcome to Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Hey everyone, welcome to Dr. After Dark. We appreciate you all being here and sending in those emails at drafterdark@gmail.com and the voice messages at 818-253-1693. And let's get right to my guest. It is none other than Luis J. Gomez. Thank you, Luis, for being here.
Cheers.
Host of Legion of Skanks, very famous, very well-known podcast. Is that the one you're doing down in the Lower East Village?
We do it. We have it live at the Stand Comedy Club in Union Square every Monday night, and then we also do it a second one. It's either in the studio or on Zoom, or. I run a podcast network that has a studio in the East Village.
Gas?
Gas Digital. Yeah. And it's great. Legion of Skanks is great. I don't know how much crossover fan base we have, Dr. Drew and Legion of Skanks, but this is, a meeting of the minds. Finally, it happened.
Now we're going to bring those worlds together.
It's amazing. I'm sure people are very excited about this.
It is about to, I bet there is a certain, if it was for a Venn diagram, there'd be a certain crossover there.
Oh, yeah. There's some people.
So here we are.
So I'm loving Austin so far. What an amazing studio you guys have here. I'm fucking jealous.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I walk in, I think I own a podcast network, and then I realize that I am a failure.
Well, but first of all, that's New York. Everything's small.
No, dude, I'm
right?
gonna burn this place down. This is making me furious, dude. I literally had confidence before I walked in today. This is crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is an expression of envy. Envy writ loud.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, I'm going to end this.
That's what I'm saying. That's where that comes from. Envy makes you want to destroy the things that other people have.
That's really amazing. Congratulations to everything that your Mom's House Studios are doing, because this is really impressive.
And also, it's not going to last very long because Louis is going to burn it down.
Yeah, exactly. So, enjoy it while it lasts, boys. Yeah.
So, are you on tour right now, comedy-wise?
Yeah. I'm doing a tour with Aaron Berg, who is a great, really dirty comedian who's originally from Canada, but I know him from New York, and we're doing a tour that it's called the Offend Everyone Tour, which we're both old hacks, so we named it that.
Is there a website or something that you get the dates?
LewisofSkanks.com is
Lewis
my
of
website.
Skanks.
Yeah, and we're going all over the place. Yeah, we're in
L-U-I-S.
Austin right now, and we're literally any city in the States, and most of the cities in Canada we're going to.
Great. How'd you get into comedy? You're a fighter too, right?
Not really. No, I'm not a fighter. I train fighting, and I like fighting. But I'm, I was a fat kid. I never did any sports, never did anything ever.
Huh.
And I just, through a series of stupid events, I get involved in these dumb fights. And I fought at Ellis Mania a few years ago, which you sang the Star Spangled Banner at.
Yep.
And I'm fighting Jason Ellis at
You
Ellis
think that's
Mania.
funny?
Yeah,
Why is that funny?
You sing good.
Did
you do it in your opera falsetto?
No, I falsetto, but I sang it the way I sing everything. It's like,
can you give us a taste?
No, you have to come to Ellis Mania for that, or you can look it up online. It's up there. It's up.
So yeah, that's how I got into that, but it was all just based off of being a fan of it and wanting to give it a shot, sort of like how Ellis got into it as well. So not a fighter at all.
But he's been into it for years though now, right? You've been to it a while?
Yeah, I fought, the first time I fought was at Ellis Mania 2019.
Was it boxing or was that?
We did MMA,
and
it was me versus Ryan O'Neal, who was another comedian. He had Taekwondo experience. He was a black belt in Taekwondo.
Shit.
And I just honestly, I'd never done anything ever, and I trained for 3 months for that fight.
Oh,
it was a really cool experience. I ended up winning a decision.
Wow.
And then I sort of I just kind of kept with it here and there. I've been in and out, and I've been in shape and out of shape. But I trained jiu-jitsu pretty regularly, and I trained some boxing and Muay Thai. And I'm gonna fight Jason and test myself next April at Ellis Mania. He's really tough.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a good guy.
I think he outweighs you too a bit.
No. I'm bigger than him. I outweigh him probably by 30 pounds right now.
Okay. Well, when you're fighting weight, you'll probably be close.
Well,
then?
yeah, 195 is the fight weight.
So interesting. I can't wait to see that. There's Ellis.
He's a fucking animal. Look at him. He looks like he's a prisoner, and then he's like the sweetest guy.
He is. See if you can get top of his head.
He's bisexual. He'll start kissing a guy in front of you. You're like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, I know.
It's blowing my mind. Dude, look, he's got a kitten in his hands. It's psychotic.
The cats are always the same too. No hair in the cats. We were at his
No hair
wedding.
on his
were, you,
head.
were you at his wedding? I was at his wedding.
No, I wasn't. I didn't know him at that time. I don't think.
Oh, really? So you're a relatively new friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty new. But yeah, I love Jason. You know, and he pit two comedians against each other, and that's sort of how that came about.
He does some of the funniest stuff. He does things where he has like 6 people in a ring fighting, and 3 of them have electrifying dog collars on them, and somebody will just be sitting on the side, and people are going, they fall over.
It's crazy, dude. We did. He did another event where I did as well, where I was like, all right, I'll be involved in it because one of my producers was fighting one of the producers at SiriusXM, and I was like, fine, I'll do an event. So we did a blindfolded boxing.
The blindfolded boxing is hysterical, and then sometimes blindfold one arm.
It was on platforms in the water in Lake Havasu. So we're all wearing blindfolds. You can actually probably find that on YouTube.
Yeah, I heard that was funny.
Dude, it was ridiculous, dude. Yeah. And you know, I ended up losing to Jason. He hit me right in the course, and it was literally as lucky a shot as you could get.
He was just swinging wildly, and which got you right in the face.
Yeah, it's. I think he probably has it on his thing. If you do Ellis Mania blindfolded boxing,
he just thinks of the craziest shit and has people do it. And I took my son to it, and he was probably about 24 years old, 25, nice. And he didn't want to go. And I was like, "You're gonna like this," and he's like, "Dad, your things." About half hour into one of these crazy events, he looks at me, and goes, "This is really entertaining."
It's so funny.
He goes, "This is so fun."
It's so fun. And honestly, once you kind of test yourself and do something like that, like in whatever capacity, no matter how serious you take it, there's something that's like transformative about going in there and like showing up on a day where you know you're going to fight another guy and you're going to just put gloves on and you're going to bite down your mouthpiece. This was Skank Fest, Ellis Mania. That's me dressed up as a piñata. So these are all fans, and Jason and a few other professional fighters had to protect me as a piñata. So everyone was trying to beat me up.
Did they have a stick? Or
I can't. No, these were guys that were trying to beat the shit out of me. And there's candy attached to my body, so when they hit me, candy flies into the crowd. Dude, it's wild. And these guys really came at me. At one point, I mean, I was fighting for my life.
I'm sure.
And then Jason looks at me. He's like, dude, you got to take it easy on them. You're going to knock your fans out. I was like, I thought that's what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, it's so funny. And it's that's an outdoor one. Usually they're indoor.
This was actually Skank Fest. So this is the event that I produced called Skank Fest, which we're doing in Vegas in October.
Where was this one?
This is in Houston last year, which is, the pandemic made us cancel it and rebook it,
outside
2 different times.
Yeah.
And it was, but it was such an amazing event. We had Ellis Mania within Skank Fest, which was a great crossover event.
Jesus.
Look at this, I'm taunting the guys.
The worlds of Skank and Ellis are like these parallel universes with like really intense fans.
Yeah, they love it, dude.
And appreciative fans. The other thing, when I go to, a lot of Canadians on the Ellis side. I don't know about you guys, but and I've noticed there are a fair number of non-American English speaking people in the YMH world too. But when you go to Las Vegas, they'll like stop you. Go, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being here. They're so appreciative.
Super appreciative. Because I mean, my fan base, the Legion of Skanks fan base that we've cultivated, like they have a reputation of being like internet trolls and they'll say whatever. But you meet them in person and they are the nerdiest, sweetest people in the world. Skankfest is like, and we've done it 5 years now. We've never had a single fight. We've never had an issue where we've had to kick people out. Like this is like, it's such an event of love and everybody's has such an amazing, everyone feels like a celebrity. All these young comics who come on these podcasts,
yes,
they get to spend a weekend feeling like rock stars. And it's a really, really cool, really cool event. So it's sold out in Vegas, so I would be promoting it, but
So how did you get to comedy? Did I get that out of you?
I didn't really get out of it. So I got into comedy. I moved to New York.
From where?
I shouldn't say. I grew up in Rockland County, New York, which is like the suburbs of New York City.
Yeah.
And I moved to New York City in 2001, like a few days before 9/11.
Jesus Christ.
To go to school in New York, to go to Baruch College, and I got a job. I answered an ad in the newspaper, the Village Voice, to promote for comedy clubs, and the job was selling comedy club tickets on the street. And if you ever walk through Times Square,
Pete, what was that?
Pete
show?
Holmes, yeah.
Pete Holmes is
that was my life.
Yeah,
but it was
what was the show called? Couch Crashing.
Yes, but it was a little different. So that was barking was a real thing that comics would do for stage time, right?
Yeah.
So as a young comic, you'd go out. They call it barking. You'd stand out in front of your club and you'd go, "Hey, what's up? Do you want to come see this comedy show?" You get 5 people in, 10 people in, you get 5 minutes on stage that night. And that's how they were generating an audience at these little bar shows downtown in the Village.
Yeah.
And that's very real. And Pete Holmes did that. Nate Bargatze did that. A lot of guys did that. Mine's a little different. because I wasn't a comic. I was a.
You just took the job.
I got a job selling comedy club tickets to strangers on the streets of New York City.
Wow.
Belly to belly sales. I would meet somebody, and then it was my job to get $20 out of their pocket for a few tickets to see some show that they didn't want to see. And it was the job actually taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about human beings. Taught me a lot about sales. It was very meat and potato sales. You know, you're stopping them. You shake their hand, ask them a few questions, figure out how your product fits their lifestyle. Don't accept no for an answer. Bring them through a closing triangle. Move on to the next person. You know, close 1 out of 4 people a day. Make $200 a day. It was for a 19-year-old kid. It was life-changing for me because I grew up poor. I had never made any money. My mother never made more than $200 a week, and I'm this.
What was she doing?
She was a hooker. She was a bad hooker, apparently. Not very good at it.
And your dad, where was he?
My dad was murdered when I was 4 years old, being a pimp outside of a strip club in Paterson, New Jersey. All true. So my mom was like on drugs and on welfare and, just didn't have much motivation or inspiration.
Well, she's on drugs, so it's hard to.
And it's the suburbs, you know. And when you're in New York City, if you're poor,
Rockland's kind of nice though, right?
Certain areas, but I was in the shittiest area of Rockland. I was in West Haverstraw, New York, Railroad Avenue. I was literally living on Railroad Avenue, and it was just like there's no motivation. There's nobody that's trying to like win really where I was at. It was like a lot of just people that were kind of content being stuck, right? Yeah. If you're in New York City, even if you're poor, you'll jump on the subway and there's a guy who's like, going to live his dreams right there, and you're sort of in this big, amazing place. Yeah, you're in it, exactly. So, I started making maybe $600-700 a week selling comedy club tickets at 19 years old, and that was it. I was like, all right, I don't got to do anything else. I'll retire doing this. This is it. And that's how I was introduced to the world of comedy. But 9/11 played a big part in it because I started selling comedy club tickets like a week before 9/11. Then 9/11 hit, and a few days passed. And were you in New York at the time during 9/11?
I was there a couple weeks after.
Okay. So New York had an attitude, like you hear about New York strong or Boston strong or all, it really was like, fuck you. The terrorists are not going to win.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
That was like...
It was, I still to this day, I get chills when I think about it. I kept coming back afterwards because I wanted to support it and be a part of it.
It was like...
It was extraordinary.
It was almost like we didn't want to let them know that
you walk... what's the name of the rock? There's a rock something highway. What's that rock with the shit? Anyway, they'll go through the highways around New York, and there'd be flags and posters, and there's just was stuff everywhere supporting people.
There was a real sense of like, fuck you, I'm proud to be a New Yorker. Yep. They attacked us. We're not going to fucking back down.
And I tell you what, Giuliani was such a major figure and all that.
He was.
I'm so surprised that
it turned into this. Also, even like you look at the way the police are, like the way that I look at the NYPD.
Yes.
I was like, they're fucking heroes. My experience in one of the most formative times of my life, coming to New York City, just moving here, becoming a college student, becoming an adult for the first time in my life, this crazy event happened.
Yeah.
And I watched every fucking cop in New York City run toward these buildings that were burning down.
Falling down,
dude. And they were giving their lives. And I'm not going to sit here and just automatically, inherently say, fuck the police. Yeah. That's crazy to me because that was my experience. And I know there's a lot of shitty cops out there, but it's not all of them. And that's not
even a lot of them.
It's not even a lot of them at all. That's the absolute truth. Yeah. It's really not. There's some bad apples across the board. But I sort of look at, that was a really big moment. And as it relates to comedy, I had that job. We didn't skip a beat. 3 days after 9/11, September 15th, maybe the 16th, we were back out there promoting comedy clubs. And
unless you were too far downtown, that was all closed out,
covered in soot.
Yeah, but it was interesting. People gathered together more. Did you notice people were like drawn to each other?
Well, this is exactly what happened. Yeah. So people like selling comedy club tickets was kind of a tough job. But right after 9/11, there was a couple weeks where people were just like, "Yes, this is what we need. Yes. Like we need to laugh," and that became like the pitch, right?
Right.
And people were packing into the comedy clubs, and that was my first time going to see comedy shows right after 9/11, and I watched every single comedian joke about 9/11 that had happened within weeks, right? Every comedian and every person in the audience laughed, and that's all we could do. And it was this amazing thing. I was like, holy shit, dude, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what comedy is. You take something fucked up and ugly, and you turn it on its head, and you turn it into something funny, and you get a bunch of people in the room to forget about the bullshit for a minute and laugh. And for me, that's what stand-up comedy is. It's what comedy and entertainment, just the comedic, genre within podcasting, movies, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think that's the powerful thing about it. It's not just making somebody chuckle. It's about you can go a little bit deeper. So that really inspired me in a lot of ways. And from there, I started promoting comedy shows, and I just started hosting my own shows. And then,
did you do open mic stuff and really work on it? You just started hosting your own
I started.
shows?
I didn't have to do the open mics because I was by the time. All right, so I answered that ad, and I was selling comedy club tickets. Within 2 years, I was running the biggest street team in New York City. I just ran my own company. I was like, I don't need these idiots to do it. So I was working with multiple comedy clubs. I had
so they needed you so you could command the stage when you wanted to.
I was bringing hundreds of people every week to these shows.
Perfect.
And I could just go up on stage and, and there was negatives
what
and
was
positives.
your first time up like? You remember it?
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
How about the first time you killed? Remember that?
Still haven't. I'm trying.
Someday. You're doing pretty good right now.
No, I'm doing
You're kind of killing here.
No, the first time I killed pretty quick. Killed pretty early. I got pretty
what were
good
you
at
going
doing,
at that you were turning on its head?
I was always good at just being sort of like, charismatic and conversational.
Was it your own life you were looking at? Was it politics? Was it 9/11?
No, not politics.
Yeah.
It was my own shit. Like
family of origin stuff.
Yeah, sort of like self-deprecation. Darker shit within my own life. That sort of is what always made me laugh. You look at the comics that I love and that I really fell in love with as comedians. The Patrice O'Neills, the Dave Attell's, the Burrs, the Louis. Like these guys went into very dark shit, and that's always what made me laugh. And we're all just trying to, I'm trying to be as good as those guys. And I'll never be there. I'll never be as good as Louis or Patrice, but that's sort of,
dark shit, you're in the right place today.
Yeah, good.
And so welcome. Welcome to a dark place. Tom's in that same class
of
with
course.
those guys,
Yeah.
And I think about, and Louis particularly, he'll take it right to the edge and go, but maybe. It's like, oh shit, no, don't say that. All right. So, and now married, kids, what's going on?
So I co-parent a 9-year-old with a woman who hates me sometimes, but that's okay.
Right.
We're gonna, we're getting
As long as
there.
the co-parenting's good.
It's honestly, we co-parent. I think we co-parent in like an amazing way. Like, we do vacations together and we, do dinners and holidays and, but there's trials and tribulations. Shit goes wrong. Shit's not always perfect. So, but I think
You are, but shit isn't.
No. She's great. Honestly, she's a really legitimately great woman, but she's gonna watch this. She's gonna fucking watch this. She treats me like, you remember in the 80s and the 90s, the dad was like just a fucking inherent moron.
What do you mean that every fucking ad you see now, particularly if it's a white dad?
Oh my god, dude, just a loser.
Yeah.
It's like, what else can I fucking do, lady?
Yeah.
I'm doing so much.
Yeah.
She's a bartender. I don't want to disparage what she does. But I'm doing okay. I came from nothing. If you look at our journeys, it's not impressive what she's doing.
Did she go backwards?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is weird how the dads have been, women are elevated. They're always first of all, they're all the judges and the people in authority on TV shows, but the dad's always the clue. Any commercial you look at, dad's always clueless, hapless,
moron.
dumb, moron.
Of course.
And certainly not cool. Especially, what's your ethnicity?
I'm half Puerto Rican, and I should just say Puerto Rican so I can get away with all the
you just
racist shit that I say all the time.
Just say Hispanic. Just say Hispanic.
I'm Afro-Latino. I'm an Afro-Latino. My father was...
Latinaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, like Italian-Irish. Yeah.
So you got real New York spectrum.
Yeah.
It's real New York stuff.
Yeah, a lot of just repressed anger and guilt. Yeah.
Anger and guilt.
Yep.
Again, I'm not sure I got this out of you. Where do people go to follow your tour and stuff?
So the tour, lewisofskanks.com. The podcast, gasdigitalnetwork.com is the website. And we have a premium side, but we have all the podcasts for free. You don't got to sign in or anything. You just watch them.
Okay, so what we do here is we do some emails and voicemails and watch some stupid videos and things and talk about them.
Love it.
Sound good?
Let's do it.
Let's hear some voicemails.
My name is Trenton. Also, hi, rest of you mommies. And I noticed that sometimes when I focus really hard on a certain point of my face, it can tingle and even feel like orgasmic. Yeah, I know it sounds strange, but I can do it for like any point on my face and it works. I don't even have to be blasted. You bet I'm coming up in May.
The human brain is an extraordinary instrument. It really is. The number of different protein features it can have. This is nothing I've ever heard of.
So he's saying that he can sort of
he
hyper-focus
focuses
on an area of his face and make it
feel
so good.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's psychotic.
It is a little bit. It makes me wonder if he's ever had like if it isn't normal, like maybe he had a hallucinogenic overdose or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you can get leftover peculiar things when the wiring is kind of start to cross over.
He also sounded like he was jerking off
Yeah,
on the call.
I don't like to think about that, but
Yeah.
yes, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, he was really like into telling you.
Maybe he was
about
just focusing on his face.
this. Yeah, he's just focusing on the tip of his tongue.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he has to do.
Yeah.
Give me another one. Hot summer months are here, and we need to be proactive about keeping our bodies fueled and hydrated. I've been thinking a lot about hydration in this heat, and I make hydration a priority. It can help you feel healthier and every day. And if you get older, it really becomes important that you stay hydrated. That's why I'm delighted to tell you about Liquid IV. 1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. You need solute in it. I use this all the time. Water alone is not enough. Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. It gives you the solute you need in addition to essential vitamins B3, B5, B6, B12, vitamin C, 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. Liquid IV is designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other ingredients, your fluid, into the bloodstream. And for every purchase of Liquid IV, they donate a serving to someone in need. To date, Liquid IV has donated over 24 million servings globally. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Dr. Drew at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using that promo code Dr. Drew at liquidiv.com.
Hey, Dr. Drew and Booth Boys. My name is Zach. I'm just calling about my balls.
Of course.
I was diagnosed with testicular cancer.
Oh, boy.
A little while ago, and I had surgery for it in early February. But months before I had the surgery, I had this like lingering pain in my shoulder and my wrist from this time that I was playing football, and that was going on for a few months. And I noticed that after my orchiectomy, after they cut my little cummy ball right out of me, I noticed that the pain had alleviated completely.
Oh, that's weird.
And now it's 2 months after my surgery, and there's still no pain.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if there's any scientific basis for that, but yeah, so I'll ask a question. Keep it high and tight, and you bet I'm coming up in May.
It's aye, sir. It's interesting. Nothing obvious, right? Nothing comes to mind immediately. I hope they did a metastatic workup for you to make sure that the testicular cancer had not spread. The orchiectomy, which just means the removal of the testy, should take care of it, but I really hope they did a careful metastatic workup on you. Sometimes,
Not to get him paranoid, Dr. Drew. Jesus Christ.
I want to emphasize it.
Hey, buddy, just so you know, you probably have cancer throughout the rest of your body.
You could. It's still quite curable.
Very good chance.
Depending on the type of tumor it is. But it's usually quite curable. But
if they caught it, but now who knows?
No, even if it spread.
Okay.
Think of Lance Armstrong went all the way to his brain. They actually
Wow.
were moving stuff out of his brain, and they still cured him. So the deal is that sometimes with a cancer, you can have remote symptoms. In other words, you can get inflammatory kinds of activation, and sometimes that can be at the lining of the lung, the pleura of the lung, or under the diaphragm here, and that refers pain to the shoulder. And
So if I was having shoulder pain, I could have cancer?
No, I mean...
Dr. Drew, stop fucking with me now,
No,
dude. Can we not talk about this? Can we
So-
skip this one? Because I think that I have cancer every time I have any sort of physical pain or anything.
I understand.
And I also don't want to go to the doctor and ask him about
I
it, so
understand.
I ignore this.
That would make you a male.
Yes.
That's
Good.
that would make you
Is
just
that
male.
common?
That's
This
just the
most
way men
dudes?
are.
Oh, I
yeah.
hate it.
Yeah, we and tell me the reasoning. Why would you go to the
I didn't know
doctor?
you were a real doctor. I wouldn't have showed up here had I known that. I thought it was like Dr. Dre.
You
I thought
can,
it was like
you can ask me whatever you want too. Maybe we can alleviate some of your shit.
No, I don't want to know.
And what is your reasoning for not going to the doctor? Think about that.
I mean, I go to the doctor now.
No, but the thinking when you have something that you're convinced that is cancer, you will not see the doctor. Why?
So I have a little fucking skin tag thingy on my chest. And I went to the dermatologist recently. And not even about that, just because I had like itchy skin. I was like, I need to figure out why I have itchy skin.
Anxiety?
Turns out I'm just too hot of showers. Cool showers really helped it out. Anyway, so I had this little thing on my chest, and I almost didn't ask her about it. And then I had to force myself. And all the anxiety that I felt, I was like, lady, is this cancer? And she took a little monocle thing, and she looked at it, and she said no, and it all went away. But I was convinced that as soon as she said I have cancer, that is the beginning of the process of me starting to die.
Skin cancers are usually curable. Easily.
I don't know.
Easily. But here's the thing. Most men don't. What most men do is they go, I'm not going to see a doctor because it'll go away on its own.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't and kills me, I don't want to know about it.
Right.
So let it kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's not good thinking.
It's terrible thinking. I know. But I'm getting a little, in my older age, I'm getting a little bit better. And it's only because I have a son. If I didn't have a kid, I wouldn't give a shit at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I want to see him graduate college. So.
Is that soon or is that?
No, he's 9.
Okay. Another one. Oh, did I answer Zach's question? So Zach, you could get an inflammatory reaction, like a pleural reaction at a distance. And that might get better when you remove the tumor. But again, just talk to the doctors about it. Make sure you see an oncologist. Next.
Hey, Dr. Mommy and Booth Boys. It's Brian from Canada, Quebec. I'm just calling about a fetish or kink. Not sure. I like it when a girl uses a strap-on on me, and just overall the submissive quality, anything SPH, stuff like that. I was just wondering, where does that stem from? Why am I wired that way? Or why are some people wired that way? Anyway, piss on me, beat me. You bet I'm coming up in me.
So there's variations on that theme, right? He's talking.
He said he doesn't like it.
He likes it. He
does.
He likes being pegged, right? Is that what I caught, or did I miss it?
Yeah, he likes it, and he doesn't know why he likes
it. And the fact, and his version of it, because there's so many. Everyone has their own little version of it. His version of wanting to be penetrated includes wanting to be dominated, and he doesn't know why it's that way. Now, the answer is no answer, probably. But what do we think? What is? You've ever been around guys that like that stuff? Ronnie from Stern Show likes this.
I have an ex-girlfriend who used to do it to her ex-boyfriend, and you know.
Let me just repeat what you said.
Yeah.
I have an ex-girlfriend who used to like to do that to her ex-boyfriend. So let's just let that say out there.
My ex-girlfriend's brother's friend's cousin.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Got it.
Let me do the math on this. Fuck. Yeah, no, I mean, look, dude, I'm not going to judge anyone. Everyone has their own kinks. Do what you want to do. I mean, like, I like weird shit. I just don't like that weird of shit.
I'm not into that either. But
have you had anything in your butt, Dr. Drew?
Not that I liked.
That's not what I asked.
I'm sure
that was a follow-up question.
I'm sure somebody has tried something, but I was like,
he's sure somebody has tried something.
Like
he's got how do you become a doctor? All of a sudden he has no memory?
No, I'm saying that I don't have a specific memory of anything, but I definitely
a finger. You've had a finger.
I think a finger,
definitely.
Yeah. And I don't like it. I don't. It's actually painful to me.
Well, because a girl hasn't had a finger your ass.
No,
that's what it is. I swear to God.
Whenever people say that, hey, you just don't have to do it right. You have to do it my way. I'll show you how to do it right. People always say that about weed. I have like no response to weed. They go, you're not smoking it right.
Well, you got to smoke a little weed to loosen your asshole for that finger. Maybe you're not doing either thing right, Dr. Drew.
That makes sense.
Look. Here's the thing. I'm not into anything in my ass. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, I have.
Are you into anything in your ass? No.
Nothing.
Okay. Got it.
Letting you know.
Right.
Let me make it clear. But I have had a prostate massage.
Oh yeah. See, I had prostate cancer and I had multiple exams back there. I did not like any of them.
No. This is from an Asian prostitute who's jerking you off for money. And there's nothing romantic or medical about this.
It is a little clinical, but not medical.
I had a girl that she knew what she was doing, and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then no other time. She was like the one unicorn that was out there.
And can you describe what it was she did that was so interesting?
I truly can't.
Yeah.
She had a
technique.
She had a finger up there. It didn't hurt. It was nothing. Any other girl that's ever tried to put a finger in my ass, it's hurt like hell. And I'm like, I want that out. Maybe it was me. Maybe I didn't eat anything that day, and it was just fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got to find that unicorn.
Yeah, we got to find her. She's out there. She's probably watching right now.
So okay, but I've noticed that guys are into this often are hyper masculine. They're often like like I said, if you're a Stern Show fan, I bet like Ronnie the limo driver, way into this stuff. And so it doesn't mean anything about the person's sexuality or about their masculinity or anything. It doesn't mean anything about anything. And where it comes from, sometimes when kids were physically punished in childhood, they will have then some preoccupation around sort of being physically punished around sexuality. Sometimes. I'm not saying it's the direct cause, just sometimes he's asking the why. There really is no why.
I think half the time the person's gay. Half the
People
time.
say that, but it's not been my experience.
I think half the time, they want to be fucked in the ass.
It's not been my experience.
Or maybe not. Gay maybe isn't the word. It's like some sort of spectrum of bisexuality where they like getting fucked in the ass. I think you're really overthinking it. I think, they want to get fucked in the ass.
But have you met those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I know people who do this. Yeah.
And that are not gay.
Yeah, they're not gay, but they're kind of gay. Like,
That's not been my experience. So, but that's your experience.
I have friends who are not gay who suck trans dicks. Like they're into trans women, but they're only into trans women with dicks. I feel like that's sort of on the spectrum of gay, though. Like they're sort of gay,
messing around with it,
whatever it is.
Yeah,
and to each their own. It's fine.
Well, but in a way, they're not messing around with gay per se, because gay is a specific thing. It's a fully organized identity,
right?
And when you're messing around in these other areas, you're just sort of messing around trying to get arousal.
I think it's overactive libido. I think
usually that has been my experience. That the libido is sort of all over the place.
Yeah, and there's like this they want to fucking come.
Yes,
they're ready.
Yes. That is true. That is the one feature I would totally agree with you on. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're landing with this one. I know most of my emails are funny. This one isn't. I lost my dad 2 days ago. I'm really struggling.
Did you do yada, 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 his losing his dad?
I don't want to get too deep into it. He went suddenly in his sleep from a heart attack. Medical papers I found showed excellent stats other than his sugar. He was on medication for type 2 diabetes. Slightly higher triglycerides, that may be from the diabetes. Can you talk about cholesterol and triglycerides and if his sugar issue ties into that? Everyone is always so worried about cholesterol. I've come to learn that it's the size and density of the particles more than how many is in your blood. This is true. Watch every week. Thank you, John. John, sorry about your dad. Hyperglycemia, diabetes, worse than anything. Let's be serious. And if you have diabetes of any type, you have to really go for very tight control, like under 100 all the time, and that should be your goal. And unfortunately, very few patients ever really get that consistently. So yes, the sugar is a breakdown to a byproduct that damages the lining of the arteries, causes a vasculopathy. The arteries get cholesterol and close, and that's heart attack or other brain disease and kidney disease and eye disease. That is what diabetes does. Diabetes is tough. Now, you also have lipid metabolism on top of that. As you said, triglycerides figure in somewhat. Triglycerides also figure into the HDL metabolism, which is the good cholesterol, which helps clear some of the bad stuff. The LDL cholesterol is for sure your ultra low density stuff. The oxidized cholesterol is what gets put into the vessel wall. But it turns out that insulin and the sugar story may be more important than almost anything else. There are people out there, follow Peter Attia. ATTIA is a very good physician that talks in detail about this stuff. But there are pathways, there's lots of different genetic variations of cholesterol metabolism. But some people with metabolic syndrome like myself, do you have high cholesterol?
I don't know. I've never asked my doctor that.
Do you have high blood pressure? Do you have high blood pressure?
The answer. No, I don't have blood pressure.
So you have none of that stuff yet. And sorry, but we all.
Also, I want to say, John is the guy who asked this question.
Yeah.
John, thanks for prefacing this with your dad dying and making Dr. Drew have to go into this long ass, boring segment.
He kind of warned
talking about. I mean,
kind of warned
because you couldn't shut it down. I was like, I guess I have to answer this guy's question now. Thank you, John.
I do.
I fell asleep twice during that explanation.
In any event, the cholesterol, the sugar may be more of an issue than even the cholesterol, though the cholesterol is part of the mechanism. So that's all I'm saying. Let's see.
This is good. I think we should do the show together all the time. I honestly,
it's good.
It really is. It's a good juxtaposition of smart and stupid. I like this.
That's not stupid. It keeps me in the right zone. Let's hear another voicemail.
Hi, Hitler. It's Harrison in Southern California. Just calling because I was asking. Sometimes when I schmeat my meat, it kind of burns like a peeing sensation after I come, like an hour after I ejaculate. It just kind of burns. I feel like I have to pee. I know I don't have any sexually transmitted diseases or anything like that. Just wanted to know if it was something psychologically or if it was a medical issue. Just calling to, piss on me, beat me kind of thing. I'm coming up in May, but thank you. Love ya. Bye.
All right, maybe.
I have a similar thing that this guy just described. Not so much that it feels like it burns when I have to pee, but if I can psychologically convince myself that there's something going on with my dick, and then I'll get an STD test. Like I'll convince myself, I was like, dude, the tip of my dick is like numb. What's going on?
Okay.
And then I'll convince myself. And the harder I think about it, and then I'll get an STD test, and there's nothing wrong with it.
I will. That's a little different than this. I will get to that. I promise. So First, is Harrison, that what his name was? Did you get that?
Yes.
Harrison needs to smoke a little less weed, number one. Number two, you have urethritis. When the tube coming through the prostate out to the outside world gets irritated either by a bacteria or mechanical, when you beat your meat, as you say, you can actually irritate things. Semen sometimes is a little bit irritating, and so after semen, you can sometimes sting a little bit, but it's nothing. Sometimes prostate also can cause some stinging out there, some prostate inflammation, but go a little easier on yourself. Less weed, easier on your penis. Your thing is OCD. So you must have other OCD kinds of symptoms.
Maybe. I don't know.
Come on. Do you do rituals? Do you have intrusive thoughts? Anything like that? I have OCD anxiety, which is can be a good. I'm going to soften you up here. It can be a good thing, right? It makes you more thorough, more careful, and you follow and you worry about things, and it makes you very compulsive and very, very thorough.
I'm getting me try to open up right now. It's like, you're right. I do have OCD, Dr. Drew.
It can be an asset, is what I'm saying. These things are not just liabilities, but I see this all the time, men coming in preoccupied about the skin of their penis and the tip of their penis. I see it a lot. They get, and sometimes it's a really serious preoccupation. Like they've seen 30 urologists and 20 dermatologists.
Well, that's what happened with I had like itchy skin, and I was convincing myself that I had bugs crawling on me. I was crazy about it. I was seeing, an allergist. I was like, and literally, finally, they were like, dude, just use lotion and don't shower with such a hot shower. And then as soon as I stopped doing that, I stopped being itchy. But that also might be psychological.
Right.
It's all in my, I don't know what's going on right now, dude. It's fucked me up. I do not like, doctors make me uncomfortable. They really do.
I get it. Do you have anxiety?
People hate doctors. That make you ever feel bad? It's such a fucking, they'll look you right in the face and be like, fuck you, dude. I hate you.
I know. It's really awful.
My dentist, I walk into my dentist every time, I'm like, I fucking hate you, you bitch. And then I sit down on the seat and let her work on my teeth.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So, but do you have other rituals or things?
I don't think so.
As
I
a
have
kid,
like bad ADD, but
ADD. And as a kid, would you have to skip cracks in the sidewalk and that kind of stuff? Those kinds
no,
of
but
rituals?
I did have a little bit of OCD as a kid where it would be like this. Like, so the coaster, I would have to line it up.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be lined up there. It would just have to be parallel to the table. Like, so all these tables would have to be parallel. My sister would come over and she would just do this and make me cry.
Yes.
And I understand how funny it is now as I think about it. And it's hilarious. it would be a game box or the cereal box. It would have to all be
listen,
lined
if
up.
I walk around and pictures are out of alignment, I just have to. Now, did you have any fears that something bad would happen if you didn't do your ritual, or it just bothered you?
It just bothered me. It's like an irritation.
Yeah.
Like when you hear nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. And so do you have anxiety also? You have a lot of anxiety?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anxiety and OCD kind of go together, right? And so that's your penis preoccupation is tipping into the OCD stuff a little bit. If it ever becomes where you can't be reassured, a little SSRI and it just goes away.
SSRI.
Like Zoloft, Luvox, things like that.
Stop trying to get me to go on this is what doctors do, dude. It's a scam.
No, I'm not trying to get
even on his fucking podcast, he's trying to sell me on medications. I'm fine, dude.
Dude, you got to remember, I'm fine. I'm not the guy selling comedy tickets.
Drew.
I don't get anything for these sales.
Yeah, okay,
Nothing.
I'm sure you don't, dude. His name Zoloft. Has anybody checked into what's going on here?
Dude, I said SSRI. You said which ones? So I told you which ones.
What's going on here, dude? This is how you guys pay for fucking these studios.
So anyway, if it ever is uncomfortable, that just breaks it really fast. So,
maybe it's
so. But I'm not a big fan of those meds. If you can avoid
I was
them. on
Adderall for a while, and it made me a crazy
that's
person.
no good.
It made
that
me
shit
a
is no good.
Fucking crazy.
So somebody said you have ADD, you need Adderall. Bullshit.
Yeah.
And by the way, unless you took formal testing, an ADD diagnosis with OCD is impossible.
Yeah.
You can't make that diagnosis. That has to be formally done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just, I found a guy that would,
essentially
sell me Adderall.
And that guy you loved. You give me shit for mentioning Zoloft.
Dude, that guy kicked ass. Yeah. He never made me feel this way.
Right.
He just gave me drugs.
Right. Exactly. Oh. Okay. All right. Here's a go for you. I recently experienced a weird event. I was buying tickets at a concert online to a show that was selling out in minutes. I was placed in a queue while I was waiting. I got really nervous, excited, anxious about missing the tickets. During that moment, I felt a sudden urge to pee, but when I went to the toilet and pulled out my limp penis, I started to ejaculate, not pee.
No.
A lot of cum came out, probably more than normal. I'm not sure if an orgasm happened since I was filled with many emotions at the time. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. I wonder if this is normal. No. Do people come from being really nervous or excited? I'm not even sure. I have to know, did he feel an orgasm? It doesn't sound like he felt an orgasm because he wasn't sure he had an orgasm. He just had a lot of
ejaculate
fluid come out. Yeah. And that's usually medication, frankly. So I'd wonder if even cold medication, things like that, can do weird stuff like that. So I'm going to bet you there was a medication you hadn't thought about.
If that happened to me, I would kill myself.
No, you'd call me.
No, dude, I'm telling you, there's no way. Dude, one time, all right, so one time I jerked off with conditioner, hair conditioner.
Stung like motherfucker. Right?
Didn't sting, okay? Or was it shampoo? I think it was conditioner. It was in the shower, jerked with conditioner, and I didn't rinse my dick properly, okay? Didn't think about it. Got out of the shower, whatever it is, right? Went to sleep. Next morning, woke up. The dried conditioner, it created a layer on my dick and like the skin around my dick that looked like dragon skin.
Yes, and it started cracking.
Shiny.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought I had the craziest STD. Like,
how old are you?
I was like 22, 23. Dude, I thought dude, I was like, my dick's falling off. It was crazy. I was contemplating killing myself. Especially at 22. I mean, I think now, dude, if you went dickless, I think you'd just be like, you know what, I got some other things to live for. But at 22 years old, if you're thinking you're losing your dick to dragon skin
everything.
dick, dude, it was everything to me at the time. Because when you're 22 years old, it's just really about getting pussy and fucking getting high. What else is there, right? I don't know.
It's pretty much, even if you're not doing that, it's heading back to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, everything you're doing is
about that.
Is about getting pussy or getting high, right? Or feeling like the man, right?
It's true.
So yeah, that was it. And I'd convinced myself, and I remember the emotions that I felt, the sinking feeling in my heart that this is what I was gonna have to live with. It was fucking crazy. Dragon dick, dude. So if I tried to pee and then just started shooting, but I'm not coming, there's no good feeling, I would just jump out of a window. So that's my advice to that, guys. You should kill yourself.
So let's try this. This is more in the same zone again. I'm wondering, sometimes after making wet browns, the sensation is powerful. So he's wiping his asshole. It makes my knees weak. It feels like a combination of scratching the best itch ever. And
see, this guy doesn't have to start with his dad dying. This guy rules.
This is good. Let's see. Have I found a new G spot, or a B spot, if you will, as Adam used to call? Is your behymen intact? I'm still looking for hardcore dudes who fuck her. This is a different thing. But you don't need to know about that. That's your mom's house thing. So he's saying that he gets incredibly powerful stimulation just from wiping his ass, right? So we were speculating a few minutes ago about people that like the anal play and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy would clearly be in that category.
Course,
he does that stuff. So it's just, why is he wired that way? He's wired that way. I don't have an explanation for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are. I mean, I think most guys, they say that, right? It's like
I don't think it's a most thing, but a lot of people.
I'm not saying that most guys, I think most guys won't allow themselves to do it, but I think physically, you'll know this, right? Isn't the what do they call it? In your asshole. Come on now.
The anus?
The prostate?
The prostate, right? Isn't the prostate technically, they say like it's not a sex organ, but isn't it like, don't they say it like...
They make a lot of it. For most men, it's just uncomfortable.
For most men, it's
if you've ever had a prostate exam, you're not thinking of something sexual. Believe me.
Right.
It's painful. And somebody had to...
Hold on, get Dr. Drew a glove right now. We're going to see.
We can see.
Would you give me my first prostate exam on this show whenever I need it? When I be 45?
I'm ready to go. I'll do it. But you need a PSA too. You got to get the blood test.
I think we do have gloves somewhere. If you're serious.
Jesus.
No, we're not doing it right now. I mean, fine, do it. Get the gloves. Fuck. It would be hilarious. It would create a viral moment if he shoves his finger into my ass right now.
This is sort of Jason Ellis level stuff.
Whatever,
he would just do it. He would just do it.
Look at this guy being a homophobe. I know the month's
I'm not
over.
saying
I
because
get the month's over now, dude.
I don't mean because he's gay. I mean because he will do whatever the fuck. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, if Dr. Drew gave me a prostate exam right now on the show, first time we met was today, that would be a fucking epic moment of this show. Would it not?
Are you throwing that gauntlet down? Are you challenging me?
I'm saying Well, here's my problem. What if he finds out I have prostate cancer? It would be haunting.
Very unlikely.
What a horrible way to find out.
Very unlikely.
He just puts his finger in. He's like, everyone's laughing, and he's like, "Oh my god, wait."
So we don't really know your dad's history, right? We don't know whether he had prostate cancer. Or he died young.
He was murdered.
But his parents, we know anything about them or uncles?
No,
or your mom's parents, any prostate cancer?
I think they lived a little bit older.
So you're fine. You're probably gonna be fine. You can start at 50.
50?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 40 now.
If you have a first degree relative with prostate cancer, then you got to start at 40.
All right. You know what, dude?
When you're 50, you come back.
10-year anniversary.
You come back. We'll do that. We'll do it
on the table.
And we'll do it at Ellis Mania. And
no. We're gonna do it in your mom's house studio. Fuck that, we'll do it on their table.
Okay.
That's a better
We've
idea.
done operations and stuff in there. We have.
You really have?
Nadav?
In the LA studio, yeah, we drained Josh Potter's cyst.
He had a gigantic cyst I had to drain because he wouldn't see a doctor. And I had to,
God.
We had to. Do you have that video handy? Again, I'm always asking for the impossible.
Let me see if I can find it.
I like Josh a lot, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it was, and he finally got it. Fucking, is he doing okay these days? I haven't talked to him in a few weeks.
I mean, I think he still has that open wound. But
Yeah,
he
it
says
should be
he's
healing.
crying and bleeding less.
Yeah, it should be healing. He had a huge thing going on. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it was on his ass?
Just above his asshole, There is. He laid down and we did our thing.
Oh my God! By the way, I thought I was doing something like completely unique. You do shit like this all the time.
Look at the dog. He almost fainted.
Just fast forward a little bit.
Where you don't like seeing yourself almost faint.
I don't.
So he packed it, and we had to do it a couple.
Yuck! I hate it. I'm not into those channels like the Dr. Pimple Popper. I hate that shit.
Yeah. This was just because I really felt I had to do something because he wouldn't see a doctor. And a year later, he finally got it.
So he had a cyst on his back and he wouldn't go to a doctor about it?
It tracked all the way up. It's like this big. It's terrible. It was going to go into his spine if he didn't get something done. So, all right. So listen, I've lost track of where I was. Was I answering? I was asking. We were talking about the man with the butthole, the prostate. There's a lot being made about the prostate's like a G spot. Bullshit. No. The G spot is something very specific in the front part of just below the pubic bone in a female. And females do have a little bit of a gland, a Skene's gland, Bartholin's gland, that are little remnants of a prostate gland, maybe where the squirting comes from, because they can produce the same kind of fluid.
There we go.
Yep, you get some information. You like this?
I like
Good.
this. Right. This a little bit. Now we're getting the Legion of Skanks categories. I like this. Go ahead.
All right. And but for male, the prostate can be stimulating. And some guys really like that stimulated at the time of orgasm. It's where your semen is produced.
Right.
All your semen is produced in your prostate.
Didn't even know that.
And
they couldn't have told you what the prostate was for.
And its immune function to protect anything coming back up to the kidneys and bladder, and it produces all the fluid that's stored in the vest. Give me a prostate picture, so I can tell Lewis how to do this. Prostate.
If you guys were funny, you would just have a spread asshole right now.
There we go. Yeah, that one's okay. Yeah, you can't really see it. Give me the.
Is that a ham? What is that?
That's a bladder with a prostate below it. So you see the. Oh gosh, I was going to show them the seminal vesicles. So look up seminal vesicles. So the prostate, I have to repeat this over and over this show. The prostate, the fluid gets concentrated in the seminal vesicles where it gets mixed with the sperm, and then that's what comes out. People think your testes are there. They are up there in the top. Okay, there's the prostate, and see the seminal vesicles. Sort of these. Nope. There. Nope. My God. There. Those are the seminal vesicles. And
Jesus Christ, what are you, my ex? Find my seminal vesicles. Jesus, they're right there.
This is the girl that's the bartender? Yeah.
She ignored my seminal vesicles the whole time. That's why we didn't work out.
She's definitely watching. Oh, there we go. There they are. All right. Let's do some videos since we're looking at the screen here.
Yeah, so this guy, I think you're both going to like.
What does the wild naked man drink? I'm going to fill this beautiful mason jar with my beautiful orin.
Orin? Not even urine.
Medicinal.
Oh, what if he's just coming?
Especially after
like the other guy?
Working out or going for a run or pumping some iron. It's a form of biofeedback, and it's a form of self-love. When I drink my own piss,
people do this a lot, right?
I get this enhanced benefit of self-approval and self-acceptance.
Is there science behind?
Really,
no. There's no positive benefit.
Self-love is the only love. So no wonder the yogis have been doing it for over 5,000 years.
Oh, dude, his beard smells like literal piss.
Literal piss.
Everything that's bad for
he
us,
swished it around first.
like injecting heavy metals and aborted fetal cells right into your body, is made to seem good, and everything that's good for us, like drinking your piss, is made.
So he's saying stem cells are bad, but drinking your own piss is good.
You listen. He can drink his piss all he wants, but his sanctimonious attitude makes me crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to show how great I am. What's behind him there?
My beautiful orin.
My orin. He's so sanctimonious. Like, ugh. Anyway, dude, go have your piss. It's fine. The problem is that your urine is clearing shit out.
Yeah,
it's clear and shit.
Right,
particularly, shit. I'm thinking. urea, and it will accumulate and you become uremic. That's what uremia is, the accumulation of urea. And so congratulations, Mr. Yogi. You'll have uremia at the end of this, and that'll be fun.
But Drew, isn't there something also, like I've heard people that, I don't know, do like mushrooms or Molly or something. Like I've heard people be like, oh, if you drink your piss after you
get
eat
it back
that,
again?
then it comes back even more concentrated?
Well, methamphetamine is about 5 times more concentrated in the semen than in the blood. So they can drink their own semen if they want their more meth.
Oh, really, dude?
Very cool.
That's actually pretty awesome.
I don't
You're
recommend
naming
it.
cool things now.
So there you go.
So if I smoke meth and then a girl blows me, she'll get meth high?
She could get some meth. Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That is a great way to get a meth head to blow
I had
you.
a patient claim that she was getting high afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, come on!" And I looked it up, like, "Oh, well, blow a hole."
That's
there it is.
crazy.
Yeah. So, okay, what else you got there?
All right, so what I'm about to show
If somebody did coke and then you took their booger that had a lot of coke in it and then dabbed it, would that give you a crack high?
Yeah. I mean, if you essentially.
This is we are learning now. This is a good show.
It's any cocaine that you volatilize, and it goes, like when you snort cocaine, it goes into your bloodstream, through your liver, and then finally to your brain. When you smoke it, it goes lungs, brain.
Yeah.
Immediately. You can't even, it's not even as quick as if you inject it.
Yeah.
The whole surface area of the lung is exposed to the cocaine, absorbs it, goes right to your brain.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
So
Good. So the booger
coke boogers in a dab rig.
What do we call that?
I mean, smoking crack, right?
Smoking
Crack?
bugs. Yeah, smoking. All right, anyway.
Bugs?
Whatever. Next.
All right, so this next video is, Drew, since you're a doctor, and Lewis, since you have experience too, if you guys could decide if this is drugs or mental illness.
Uh-oh. Is he face down? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can you
is
explain what you're seeing?
Yeah, that is usually when I've seen that in the past, that kind of thing, I call it St. Vita's dance, and it's usually meth.
And it's a guy just kind of writhing around.
And it's probably
on the bench.
meth and fentanyl or heroin, to be fair.
It's probably a little
both.
column A, little column B. It's probably him being a psychopath and being a drug addict.
No, maybe. And by now, he looks like he's been doing it long enough that the meth has made him probably psychotic also. So you have meth psychosis, you have the effects of meth, you have the opioid. The floppiness is the opioid. And there you go. Good times, everybody. No, I've seen a lot of these kind of meth doing these kind of weird choreoathetoid movements. I don't know. It's just very strange.
Yeah. It's reminded me of my mother, actually. It was nice.
Oh, ooh.
It's really nice.
Ugh. Was that her drug?
She did heroin.
Alone.
Heroin was her drug.
Old school.
Yeah.
Is she clean now, or is she?
No, she died.
Wait a minute. I thought both of them are gone.
Yeah, my dad died when I was 4. My mom died when I was 22.
Was that addiction?
Sort of. She got cancer and then just sort of stopped getting like treatment and sort of using drugs again, like killed herself with drugs because she was just sort of over being alive. You know, this is literally funnier, this story, than that other guy who wrote the story about his dad dying.
Yes, it is.
I just wanted to prove how you can make your parent dying being funny.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay. That was... You're going to make fun of WNBA tickets now?
Not me, but another guy.
Would you rather have a ticket to a WNBA game or $1? $1. There you go, man. Which one would you rather have?
That's hilarious.
All right.
Thank you.
Neither.
Neither.
Seriously, this is courtside ticket. Does that change your mind? No?
This guy rules.
He's making some kind of point, that's for sure. And don't you have some horrible or hilariouses in there?
Yeah, I sure do.
Or TikToks, too. There should be some TikToks. We barely touched some of those.
Here's a horrible or hilarious.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was kind of hilarious. But any time I have sort of a rule that when the head or the neck gets involved, he lost some teeth.
Oh, that's horrible. It's a little kid.
But Drew, you thought that was funny?
Yeah, until he started crying. I thought it was an adult, first of all.
It really does matter. So if he got up and his friends were just laughing at him,
it'd be funny.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
But because he
was alone and then
he
was
had
able
no
to start
friends, he was taping himself, he started crying. He was too old to also cry from hurting himself. It was horrible. It was fucking horrible.
All right, here's another horrible or hilarious. No.
Oh my God. What the hell? What did he do? I can't even tell what
It's
happened.
one of those high trampoline jumps.
Yeah.
And then I think the thing that they jump from, like a cherry picker type thing, he just kind of bumped it with his back.
Oh, I thought he was trying to get back up onto it.
Let's see.
No.
Oh, I see. He just bumped it. That's hilarious.
He bumped his butt.
That's hilarious. Good for him. Is there a TikTok we can look at? I'd be interested to look at some of the talkers with Lewis, see what he thinks of these people.
Yeah, come on now.
It's crazy. I'm not on TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
A little bit.
You have one?
Yeah. I did some medical information stuff on there.
Stay away.
Stay away.
I don't trust it.
I'm eating too much and gaining weight.
Well,
that's Ed Asner.
Yeah, that's actual Ed Asner. We have there's a famous character here at your mom's house that looks and acts like Ed Asner, but he's masturbating to a young twink. So it's a little bit disturbing.
Okay.
Okay.
Sherry, what are you doing? If you need something, just ask me for it, and I'll be happy to get it for you. I just don't like people coming in here and rummaging through the gallery and opening compartments.
Would you relax a little bit? What are you so uptight about?
I'm not
You have
uptight.
been ordering me around ever since I've gotten on this airplane.
I haven't been ordering you around. It's just that you come into this gallery and you rummage through the compartments, and then I can't find anything. It's hard for me to keep organized.
Look, I'm trying to do you a favor.
What the hell are we watching?
There's like another 2 minutes of this.
Is this literally something that happened?
This is like some training video, like
Okay,
70s
all
for
right.
stewardesses.
Okay, I was
don't
gonna
know. It's
say.
Christina's curation. I don't know. She
Okay.
finds these weird stuff.
Okay, that's weird.
Here's
I don't like it.
another
그리그리 장착하는 거를 잘 가르쳐줘야 돼. 왜냐면 밑에서 하면 또 틀리잖아.
What is he doing?
It's a guy rock climbing.
그걸 초보자들이 많이 헷갈려하더라고.
He's just practicing techniques?
He's like lying down and then just kind of hoisting himself up. It's very
No,
impressive.
but I think he's like practicing if he's ever way up a cliff and has to go over a ledge. He's got his balls caught though.
Yeah. I don't understand why anyone would watch this stuff.
Yeah, when
people are scrolling, like I don't get it. It's like, what is it? I don't get it. Am I retarded? Is it me?
No, I don't even get why it shows up on people's curations.
Yeah.
People's. Like, Christina, what is wrong with her?
I understand why like a hot girl dancing shows up. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, I get why
Yeah,
people
there's
are
a lot of
clicking on
that.
But that's crazy.
One more. Then
Here,
I think
you know
I'm
what?
gonna go back to voicemails, I think.
You know what? Here's a video that I think you guys will like.
All right.
Hey girls, so I want to give you girls a little bit more tips on how I manipulate men.
Hell
and
yeah.
I told you girls, when you first meet a guy, listen to everything they're saying because you can use their strength and their weaknesses against them. So for example,
Sales.
if they're a businessman and they're constantly bragging about how good they are, their businesses are going, you can say, babe, I know that you're struggling a little bit and I'm not too sure if you can help me out, but A, B, and C, D, this is what I need. They are going to be triggered.
She needs a
They're
boob
gonna
lift.
be
That's what she
"Babe,
needs.
I can help you out. I'm not struggling.
I'm not trying to be
right
an
now."
asshole.
What are you talking about? You are triggering emotion
But this
out
is-
of them to get something you want.
But this is the sales 101. This is what you were
It's
doing.
sales, yeah.
She
You have to
was-
listen to
you
them.
would- You would have hired her.
And for a street team person,
Yeah.
100%. She
Yeah.
would have crushed it selling
Yeah.
comedy club tickets
Yeah.
on the street. But that's what it is. You ask them questions. Where are you from? What are you doing? How long are you in town for? Who are you meeting? How many people you got with you? You have all the information that you need in order to sell them comedy club tickets.
Or manipulate
them.
men.
Yeah.
All right, we like that one. You got any more in that lane?
Do you see where I'm coming? And you girls are like so scared. Y'all just have to be bold for this and make it sound very innocent. You do not want to offend him. We can do this with their baby voices. If he's a doctor, you can use his strengths against him. Like, he's super smart. You can say, babe, I know you're just a doctor, but do you know anything about this? He's gonna be like, yeah, just because I'm a doctor doesn't mean I don't know.
Drew, you would do that.
Of course I would.
She's fucking
Of course.
nailing you right
Of
now.
course.
Well, she is nailing you.
No, she is Beelzebub. She is the devil. she is a dangerous person.
I know you're just a doctor, but you probably wouldn't even know how to,
She is a dangerous person.
Yeah, yeah.
And a friend of mine treats a lot of young females, and she says the young female sociopaths are the most dangerous people
they're
walking
crazy.
around.
They're crazy.
Because they do this. They get anything they want.
And I like a crazy woman.
So you like her. You like her a lot.
I like, now that I found out how crazy she was, I
Yeah.
like her more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like a crazy chick. That's like my type. It's just like whatever it is, dude. It just gets me going.
Well,
see, it's dangerous.
But it's where your attachments were in your childhood, right?
Yeah, I do have a crazy mother.
Yeah,
right.
and so you'll always be sort of, even if you got therapy, you'll always be sort of prone that way. But now did you mention you had a therapist at one point?
Not you, Drew.
No, but you'd had one.
No. Not you.
Not me. I'm not going to do it.
No,
but
don't do this to me. No, I'm not going to cry on the Dr. Drew show. I'm not going to do
That'll be easy. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I've gone to therapy a bunch.
Yeah. And so I'm sure all this stuff comes up, right? And so,
yeah, of course.
And so you're still, even with good therapy, you'll still be attracted to that kind of person, but not so crazy, really.
Yeah.
You'll get.
No, I've recognized that crazy people bring crazy out of me, and that's not a good means to an end. So
yeah, it's lightning bolts when you find that person, but you know where it's going in all cases. So that's the way.
Ellis Mania.
It's
me and her one-on-one. Ellis Mania. Let's go.
Do you have more to show us? We're having a good time with these.
Let me see what else I could get you.
Where are you going from here? Are you out on the road after Austin?
After Austin, I'll be in Kansas City, Missouri. Then me and Aaron are back in Nashville, Huntsville, Alabama.
I got to come. I'm in the city. I'm in Manhattan all the time. I got to come visit you guys.
Oh yeah, please, dude. You got to come do Legion of Skanks.
Do you have guests?
Yes, dude.
Let's set that up right now.
100%. We'll get literally the next Monday night you're in New York City. We'll get you on Legion of Skanks.
I'm in New York.
Do you drink?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
I don't like drinking heavily. I really don't like drinking heavily.
I love it. Dude, you said a week from Monday?
I'm going to be there a week from Monday.
I think we got Mickey Gall, who's a UFC fighter, on that night. You and Mickey Gall on the same show would be a killer show. What a crazy, wild bunch.
And then I'm going to be there like 3 or 4 weeks after that, too. So,
all right, either date. Yeah, either date, we'll make it work.
It's possible I have something on a Monday night when I get there. Yeah. I'll check that out.
Let me know.
But all right, Legion of Skanks, you can see me there. Do you air it the same week typically?
So we're live. We go live every Monday night.
Okay, so what do we do here? How do we promote this?
I mean, it probably would have already happened.
Yes, it would have already happened.
Oh, when does this one come out?
After that.
Well, let's get you on the one.
No, we can do that too.
We'll do them both, baby boy. I love it.
So, I love the Lower East Side.
Oh yeah, can you do skank hands for me?
What is that?
So you got to cross your thumbs and you can do that. You got to go to the camera. We got to get Dr. Drew doing skank hands.
This is skank hands. Did I do it right?
You got to do it to the
camera.
Over here. See you.
There we go.
There you are doing it right.
Is that
That's
right?
beautiful.
Beautiful skank hands.
Yeah, because the logo is that. So it's kind of like you're doing the logo with your hands.
Oh yeah. Oh, I found a whole new world.
It's crazy. It's gonna be a blast.
Whole new world.
There's that voice.
All right. Do you have anything to show us before we wrap this thing up? We could just go on and on and on.
Sure.
Here.
Yeah, I got one more fun clip and then we can wrap it up.
All right.
Hey, listen, for those of you that do not understand ATM etiquette, I'm going to teach you a little something, okay? I just left the ATM. It's just one little small little room with just one ATM in there. I swiped my card to get in the room. A man came behind me, right up on me. I'm getting ready to put my card into the ATM machine, but he's so close up on me, so I look back at him. You know, if anybody looks back at you because you too fucking close, that means get the fuck back, right? So he still doesn't move. I don't give a shit if the mandate was lifted, no mask mandate or whatever. You still supposed to practice social distancing.
We like her. We like this woman.
ATM. So since he didn't, guess what I did? I farted on his ass. The fart was loud and it was funky. He gonna look at me and say, and then leave up out of the room. You should have waited outside in the first goddamn place. You're not supposed to be in there all up on somebody when they trying to get their money out. Hey, listen, if you in the ATM or if somebody too close up on you, all you got to do is just fart on it. Make sure it's loud and it's funky.
Well, I didn't expect her to go there, but I love her still.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great.
My type of woman.
Your
type of crazy.
Your thing. And I wonder if I were the principal at the school where she taught, I would have to call her and have a little conversation with her about her TikToks. But anyway, who am I to say? All right. So Legion of Skanks, everybody. Also go to gasdigitalpodcast.com.
Gasdigitalnetwork.com.
Gasdigitalnetwork.com.
Yeah, come and see me and Aaron Berg on the Offend Everyone tour. It's a lot of fucked up jokes. Very, very dirty. We had a bunch of special guests coming out on the tour with us as well. So, yeah, I appreciate it.
And we appreciate you being here.
Man. Thanks.
Good to see you. I'll see you very soon.
Very soon, my friend.
All right. Take care. See you all next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.